Welcome back then to JetSynthesys presents the Global League Cricket Premier League. You're watching us on JioCinema, and we're all ready for the next game where the Chennai Wolves are taking on Kolkata there. Remember, Kolkata come back after a victory of victory by 3 wickets against the Sydney Panthers. Now, Kolkata, it's just been some time that they have played. They're going to carry that momentum ahead.
जी रोशन बिल्कुल ये मोमेंटम जो है वो बिल्कुल कोलकाता के फेवर में होगा। तीसरा मुकाबला है आज का और एक मैच पहले ही उन्होंने सिडनी को हराया है, तो फिर वहां से वो विनिंग मोमेंटम लेके आएंगे। और लेट्स नॉट फॉरगेट आल्सो दैट दे हैव वन 2 स्ट्रेट विंस नाउ, और सामने उनकी एक ऐसी टीम है जो अपने 3 मुकाबले लगातार हार चुकी है। आज चौथा दिन है कंपटीशन का। चेन्नई ने अपना इकलौता जो विन है वो डे 1 पे रजिस्टर किया था, तब से डे 2, डे 3 कोई भी मुकाबला वो नहीं जीते हैं। बैक टू बैक 3 losses. That is a team in need of victory.
Chennai certainly needs a victory desperately, and that's how well the matches have looked like for today. Remember, we are having another game coming on, taking against Delhi and New York eventually against Sydney. But before we go, we'll also had predicted how the games would go about. That's what we had in store for us. When you look about the prediction, well, there it is. You look at that for a prediction, I'm pretty sure, because again, you're talking about prediction based on stats. But when you go out there and play, right, it can be anybody's day.
Yeah, and you know what? For the next game, all 4 of us, the 2 casters, Flocky and Cripps, and the 2 of us, we are all backing Chennai to break their losing run. 3 match हार गए हैं, so you know what? It's like all of us supporting them कि जीतो, जीतो, जीतो.
More of a reverse psychology. We'll have to play that if it has to work that way. But, well, we are trying to keep all our options open. Chennai, it is who have to go out and play out there in order to, do something different. Remember, they were doing pretty well at the start, but then eventually they have been in ruins. We'll have to have a look at the game today in hand. Chennai Wolves against Kolkata Hawks. Remember, Kolkata will have to be careful with their batting because they lost that early wicket, in that last game. It's time for them to stay back and say, look, we're going for the toss. We can follow the same sort in case we win the toss and then, probably chase down a good target.
Yeah, and I'm looking at what Chennai might want to do. I mean, they have batted first in one of the games and they have chased in other games, but in the last 3 games, nothing has really worked for them. अगर हम यहाँ पे एक नजर डालें चेन्नई के roster पर, you know what points out all of these players, brilliant players. Obviously, Anurag has been among the runs, Manoj has been among the runs. लेकिन यहाँ पे मैं इनकी गेंदबाजी के बारे में बात करना चाहूँगा। ये टीम ऐसी है जो एक बेहतरीन अटैक लेके आई थी इस टूर्नामेंट में। इनमें से 5 खिलाड़ी जो क्वालिफाइंग टूर्नामेंट थी, उसमें से इकोनॉमी जो थी 5 खिलाड़ियों की 9 रन प्रति ओवर से कम थी, less than 9 runs an over. And in this tournament, not even a single bowler has an economy of less than 9 runs an over. That shows how tough this tournament has been on these players.
Well, it's certainly be tough, especially on the brain and on the mind, because there were a lot of instances where we were under stress and the players are there. But talk about the Kolkata Hawks side. Now, Krunal has been magnificent. He's really led from the front when it comes. You see him speaking with the other players. You see him motivating him. Perfect for a captain material, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know what? He is one of the leading run scorers for Kolkata, as is Sachin. ये जो 2 खिलाड़ी हैं, they add a lot of strength. लेकिन यहाँ पे एक और खिलाड़ी भी हैं, मीरधा जी, जिन्होंने इतने ज़्यादा विकेट लिए हैं. He has 5 wickets now in the games that Kolkata have played. He's again going to be one of the more important bowlers for Kolkata.
There it is again. Now Kolkata have a good combination going forward, have a victory in hand. What they need right now is players to fire. And talking about firing, Anurag is there, so is Sachin. Sachin, I think it's time for him to step up.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of their better players, better batsmen. And look at those runs. He scored 6s, he scored 4s. But the runs, 68, you know what? He would want to add a few more. Anurag, he has been the best batsman. And, he has been the most dependable batsman for Chennai. But again, for me, it's more about the Chennai bowling than Chennai's batting.
We'll talk about Chennai's batting because we have a few individuals from the Chennai side who are on top of that run board. So is it to do with, especially as a team not combining well?
I think it's their bowling that has not really been working. They have the runs on the board. लेकिन पिछले 3 मैच अगर आप लगातार हार रहे हैं, it's not because your batsmen are failing to set targets or failing to chase them down. It's your bowling which is allowing the other players, which means the opposition, to get the better of the targets you're setting, or they're not able to restrict them to decent totals. So I think again, it's time now for Chennai's bowling to fire.
Chennai's bowling have to fire, remember. Well, they're lacking the points, and this is what they really need at this point in time. But for that, they'll have to play the game. And then for that, we're all ready for the toss with Neeraj down there.
Welcome back, दोस्तों. मैं हूँ आपका host नीरज पूरन राव, and this is JetSynthesys presents Global eCricket Premier League. Thank you so much, Roshan and Chetan, for that expert pre-match analysis. Now, before the toss for match number 3, I would like to call upon both the teams, Chennai Wolves and Kolkata Hawks, on stage. A big round of applause for both the teams, guys.
There ain't no competition, koi nahi mukabla. From the bottom nikla topper dala paisa to munafa maa pe gali seedha lafa. Rap the naka sunte bangla mujhe thaka main. 5-star ke kapde pehen ke khata main hu dhabe pe. Streams ho ya dreams, pura kamyab main. Kohli wala mindset aur dhoni jaisa sharp main. Har pub mein ji aur game hai mere haath mein. Hasta seedha bank tak 50 wale laugh main. Ha 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 ha. Bhai tu hai weak aur main leta hafta. Khud ke tere haath nahi tune rakha chamcha. Pura गैंग ग्राइमी हा टॉप टॉप सीधा शॉट शॉट्स तेरे ब्रेन में बॉम्बे द बैड मुंडा पंजाब
All new Pulsar Mania's here. Maniacs wanted.
Piyush, hey, I was just on lenskart. Your price at $999, right?
नहीं करण रुपीज है
I can't be seen wearing glasses under 1 lakh. Price थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो सकता है क्या?
करण ये बढ़िया प्राइस है इट्स ओनली बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव मिडिलमैन
90,000?
आप कहीं और से ले लो
80,000.
आई एम गोइंग बाय
अमीरों की हाई लगेगी तुझे.
Factory wale prices, no middlemen. Lenskart. Download the app.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।
मेरे साथ है यहाँ पे सुरजीत सिंह, कैप्टन फॉर द चेन्नई वुल्फ्स, एंड वाइस कैप्टन कृणाल मकवाना फॉर कोलकाता हॉक्स. कोलकाता राइट नाउ पोजीशन 2 पे है ऑन द टेबल, और अगर वो ये मैच जीतते हैं so they will be the table toppers. So they are fighting for the table top. Whereas Chennai Wolves are still trying to find that winning formula. Kunal, बताइए for this match आपका strategy क्या होगा?
Same strategy like the previous match. We are confident about our bowling, so we'll go for bowling.
अगर जीतते हो तो you will be going for
Yeah.
bowling. Okay, great. Anything आपको अपने opponent team को कुछ कहना है?
मैं तो नहीं, लेकिन मिर्दा जी कुछ कहना चाहेंगे.
मिर्दा जी कुछ कहना चाहते हैं. Okay, मिर्दा जी आइए. क्या कहना चाहते हो to the Wolves?
सुरजीत पाजी, कल अपन चले थे, आपको मैगी चखाई थी, आज आपको हार चखाते हैं.
अरे shots have been fired. कल मैगी खिलाया था, आज हार चखाएंगे. Okay, सुरजीत यार, ये बड़ा चीकी सा इन्हें कुछ बोला यार. What will be your reply for the opponents?
अभी थोड़ा विपत्ति का टाइम चल रहा है हमारी टीम के ऊपर, मैं जानता हूँ, तो बनता है भाई, सबका बनता है. और मैंने अपनी टीम को भी आज बताया था कि डिमोटिवेट होने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. कहीं पे आज मेरे को रील शो हुई, उसमें बोला था संपत्ति और विपत्ति अपने टाइम पे ही आते हैं, तो
क्या बात,
वी कैन फॉलो द प्रोसेस ओनली.
क्या बात. चलो, both the teams are quite confident. Now let us call the umpire for the toss. Surjit, Kunal, who's going to take the call? Surjit, okay. Chennai Wolves will be taking the call.
Heads.
They called for heads, but tails it is. Kolkata has won the toss. Kunal, what is it going to be?
Would like to bowl first.
Bowl first?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Any strategy behind that? Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so.
Same as previous match, we would like to go for our own strategy of bowling, because we are believer in bowler.
Great.
Bowling strength.
Great. Congrats. All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Great. Guys, Kolkata Hawks have won the toss and they will be bowling first. Off to my expert analyst.
That was then the Kolkata side winning the toss and choosing to bowl, pretty much a repeat of what they did eventually. And I'm pretty sure what they're planning is, let's not take any risk. What we need right now is the 2 points on board.
Yeah, absolutely. It worked for them in the first game. They wanted to work in the second game. Pressure will be on Chennai. They want to break their losing streak. So yeah, best of luck to them.
But does this also leave them a little room for experimenting? Especially they know that they're a little confident, probably?
Well, you know what? For Chennai, it's their bowling that hasn't really worked. So if their batsmen can put a tall score on the board, any bowling attack can make a target of 65 plus, 70 plus work on their day. So yeah, that could still be beneficial for Chennai. We'll have to see how it pans out.
What really matters has been spoken to you for now, but then we are ready for the game, and we have our casters Floki and Crips ready to call the shots from the box.
All new Pulsar Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
अब आगे कुछ भी हो सकता है।
जो खुद की सुनते हैं दुनिया उनकी सुनती है। लेंसकार्ट आकड़ है,
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।
देवी और सज्जनों, भाई और बहनों, एक बार फिर से आपका स्वागत है टू GEPL ग्लोबल ई क्रिकेट प्रीमियर लीग। मेरा नाम है क्रिप्स, मेरे साथ है फ्लोकी और आज दिन का तीसरा गेम शुरू होने जा रहा है। भाई मैगी स्पाइसी होती तो नहीं है, लेकिन जिस तरह से उन्होंने ये डायलॉग बोला ना कोलकाता के प्लेयर्स ने, मजा आ गया सुन के। उन्होंने कहा कि हमने आपको कल मैगी चखाई थी, आज हार चखाएंगे। अब देखते हैं इनके बॉल्स भी मैगी की तरह एकदम वर्ब ये भी होते हैं कि नहीं।
Wow. I mean, certainly the trash talk here is unparalleled. I think we've seen some really good trash talking. I think Abhishek still retains that crown. But yeah, I mean, certainly the Kolkata Hawks are to step up to the plate, and maybe if, they get enough wins under their belt, maybe if they continue down this path, they can get Abhishek, a run for his money.
Yeah.
But with that said, the Chennai Wolves going up against the Kolkata Hawks, the Wolves haven't really had such a good time so far. They did win one of their games, and earlier on, during the first 2 days, they were talked about as being a strong team, but they yet to live up to that moniker.
Exactly right. They've only got like one win so far, so it is a bit difficult for them to continue in this league if they don't put up any more points on the scoreboard. I mean, even a tie is desirable at this point. 1 point bhi chal jayega, but I'm pretty sure they would be much more happier with a win. But considering already Kolkata एक अच्छे फॉर्म में चल रही है, already आज एक गेम जीत चुकी है, it will be difficult to stop their reign and their momentum.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And Kolkata Hawks are known as a team that is really, really good on that batting end. So, yeah, I mean, expect these guys to, pull off some miracles. But with that said, I think the Chennai Wolves are going to be comfortable bowling. I don't think they want to be the kind of players who are chasing a target up against the Hawks, who I believe if they were batting first, they could have done really, really well. But starting things off, powerful shot, trying to send a message, and I believe they attempted a 2, but only got a 1. Cancelling towards the end.
I'm actually surprised they sent Anurag out to open. They usually send him at position 2 or 3.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough. That's a good shot, but again, just two runs. And so far, everything's a little tame.
Yeah, a little smooth, slow, just as Satyendra would like.
Oh, but is that going to be a catch? No.
Just a little shy of the fielder.
Yeah. Well, 4-0. 3 balls down the power play over. The first one at the least, and not much has been found since. Oh, this is going to be a catch, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There it is.
Very well done by Satyendra. That's a lenskart out moment. And that is Satyendra's first wicket in this tournament.
Oh, is that? Well, there you go. He's certainly opened up Pandora's box now. And well, finding a wicket this early is phenomenal. Not just that, but also the fact that this man has not really relinquished any boundaries.
No boundaries. He took out Anurag. That's one of the most dangerous players on the Chennai side.
Yeah, for the batting end for sure. But well, I don't think he will be able to continue to prevent those boundaries from coming through. But Chennai attempting to run 4, looking close, will be safe.
Both the batsmen and the fielders are going for the dives in the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can see the shot selection. Oh, being changed there at the last moment. Oh, and I I think that might be granted. No, the umpire disagrees. All right, that marks the end of the first over.
I would still say that was a phenomenal first over.
Yeah.
8 runs only. I don't think I've seen any other opening bowler have such a low econ and such a good one.
Well, perhaps the second one can be a little different. It's, also choosing to play this one out a bit safe. Perhaps the idea is to, let the power play overs go, let it just the brute batsmen survive, and once the outside fielders are established, the brute batsmen can start picking holes in their lineup. Because I do think there is merit to having a brute batsman survive until the very end, just not losing his wicket, making sure he sees those latter overs.
Yeah, but he has to behave like a brute. So far, Kolkata Hawks are intercepting all of their shots.
Yeah. And again, just really solid bowling coming out here from Kolkata Hawks. Even in the first 2 overs, there really hasn't been much that has been found here by the Wolves. Only 12 runs so far, and it's like that tempo is not going to be going up anytime soon.
I don't think so. Not while Mirdaji is bowling. He's one of the leading wicket takers of the tournament. With 5 wickets to his name so far, you don't want to contribute to his list.
Oh, is that another one? Well, looks like Grips the Prophet spoke. And well, it came to life, it came to fruition. As that's going to be a lenskart out.
So, what a wonderful amount of fielding. He had to cover quite a lot of distance. Up until now, Mirdaji was one of the leading wicket takers of this tournament. With this one, he is the leading wicket taker. He's climbed to the top.
Oh yeah. And that's certainly a stat you can be proud of here. Let's see if Mirdaji can continue. Oh, he can. That is clean bowled. As Mirdaji just catches everyone by surprise. And again, that's a lenskart out. We clearly know who does not have any vision issues. That's Mirdaji.
Bro, this is one of the first times I've seen him use a Yorker. He doesn't often do this.
Yep, 2 chilies in the morning and 2 in the night.
Exactly. I mean, he usually goes for those offside stump placements where he tries to get the batsman to hit the ball towards one of his fielders and then trap them.
Yeah, but this is some really good bowling coming out from Mirdaji, and he's got 2 more balls remaining. So the Chennai Wolves already under tremendous pressure.
12 for 3. This is the worst start I've seen for a single team.
Oh, yeah. Some really good bowling.
Hat-trick denied to Mirdaji, but I think he's done his job. He struck terror into the hearts of all the Chennai players, and now they will be playing so conservatively. They are down to Anil and Surjit.
Well, he's done his job and then some, that's for sure.
And we were just speaking about having your brute batsmen alive on the field up until the last few overs.
Yeah, well, so much for that thought. That's not going to be happening. Not on Mirdaji's watch. Surjit is still in play. Surjit, excuse me. And he is a player who can deliver, but again, needs to get comfortable first. This is only going to be his 3rd ball, so it's not going to be that easy. Scoring runs now that the power play is over, but Sachin, he's also known to be a terrific bowler, so even if Surjit was acclimatized, it wouldn't be so easy for him to find those boundaries, because Sachin is just not going to give you those type of balls.
And the fact that you're a balanced and defensive batsman, respectively, it makes it so much harder for you to go for those boundaries.
Yeah. I do think there is some merit to having a defensive batsman out early in these kinds of situations, because it does help you score a lot of 2s and 3s. So, good thinking here by the Wolves, but the question is, can their bowling live up to the mark? Because that's really what's going to separate them from the Kolkata Hawks at this point.
Oh, that could be crucial. No appeal. Just a dot ball. Chennai have to be counting their lucky stars. They cannot afford to lose a single more wicket now. Not this early in the innings.
Sachin, known to be a terrific bowler. And continue to cement his legacy here.
Wonderful fielding by Sachin as well.
Yep, just leaving no gaps.
Look at the fielding setup. They've got an extra slip. I guess they're expecting Anil to lob these balls towards the backside.
Oh, yeah. If you're the batsman, you're certainly going to need a microscope to thread the eye of that needle. It's not the easiest, and Sachin will not make it easier for you. You are going to struggle against this man.
Sachin was countered hard in his previous game.
Oh, but that's a good shot. But no cigar, once again. That's going to be the over for Sachin. Some really good and consistent bowling coming through from him.
I know, right? And not just from him, from everyone. They're keeping the side of the batting team very, very humble right now. Chennai, 23 for 3 losses at the end of 3 overs.
That's rough. I think that is one of the lowest scores at this tournament. I'm not sure if it is the lowest, but it's definitely on the lower side. And not a lot of overs remaining to remedy that. Not a lot of balls, so yeah. Let's see if the Chennai batsmen are going to be able to try and remedy the situation.
Chennai currently hold the record for the lowest score in the tournament so far, with 44 runs only.
Wow.
This match could be worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse, but that is definitely not the record Chennai is trying to break here.
Definitely not. Not the one they're trying to break, not the one they're trying to
Yeah,
set.
and that's what I was thinking too. That ball got legged, so interesting, but the 2 are still given.
Hey, the more extra balls they get, the better it is for them.
Yeah, though I doubt that's...
It's not extra, but you really want a lot of no balls and wides being
you
delivered.
Certainly do. I mean, that's the only way you come back in this game, right? Oh, that looked finicky, but well fielded.
Keeping the pressure on. 3.5 overs down, and Chennai still haven't crossed the 30-run mark. This is a massive red flag to me.
Well, I share your glasses, I share your vision. I don't think there's a lot to be done here, and oh, that one is going to be, would have said costly if it were not for the 3 wickets, but it's actually not. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Kolkata Hawks will have no regrets dropping that one. They still have an immense amount of pressure on the shoulders of Chennai Wolves.
Yeah. And even if there is any regret, well, it's not going to be found in this innings anyway. It's all going to be in the next one, but and is going to take slip-ups of legendary proportions for the Hawks.
They will have to crash and burn if Chennai needs to win.
Yeah. And the shots, they look good and it's smart, but the fact that you haven't found that foundation in the earlier overs is just a consistent thorn in their side. And Cripps, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but 34-3 with only 1 over remaining. There was a certain record you spoke about. I'm just hoping that it's not broken today.
That's not the kind of records that is broken, you know.
Yeah, you certainly do not want to have beaten your own record of the lowest number of runs scored. And, well, that's certainly going to help prevent that with a beautiful 6 coming through as the Chennai will somehow spring back to life here.
Powerful pulsar shot. It was getting a little too silent. The drums were just...
yeah,
a little too silent, right? It's been a while since we've seen a boundary, and Chennai will definitely need that. Oh, that one also lopped across, but Surjit will thank his lucky stars that Surjit will not be able to get that catch.
Yeah, Oh, wait, no, a misfield coming through, and that's going to be an extra run. That's not what they were looking for here on the Kolkata Hawks, and there's the bouncer warning too, so yikes. Things going from bad to worse here for the Hawks, but thankfully, they did play really well in those first 2 overs, so now that buffer is coming into play and coming in handy.
Chennai definitely needed that. If they get 2 runs on this ball, at least they won't be breaking their own record of having the lowest score. And with misfields, they might even just go for a little triple. Nah,
yeah.
Just 2.
Well, it was a strong shot, but it was towards the cover, so just not enough power in that one. 3 balls remaining now, Cripps. This is... Well, they're certainly not going to break their own record, but at the same time, this is not something to write home about either. But perhaps this could be it. No, it's not.
Surjit keeping Surjit humble. It is quite funny. We've had so many of those players bowling to each other, batting against each other, while sharing similar names.
Yeah. Just going to point that out. You like saying that out loud, don't you?
I
As
know,
I do
right?
too.
Sometimes the rhymes just write themselves.
Yeah, you don't even have to do any work.
You just describe my entire personality.
Oh, boy. Nah, but you're a good guy, Cripps. You don't give yourself enough credit. But with that, I think the Chennai Wolves, they certainly do not have much to give themselves credit for after this innings, but perhaps the second innings can be different. So it's always hope. It's always hope. No point in being all sad and gloomy. And well, that's a high note to end on. And even though the Chennai Wolves did not have the best of starts, all's well that ends okay. Not
okay,
well.
yeah, okay is the best word that we can use so far. 56, not the most impressive target, but nothing to scoff at either.
That's going to be a very easy target for the Hawks to chase, considering the batting prowess, if all goes well.
If, and that is a big if.
All new Pulsar Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
lenskart. Download the app or visit your nearest store.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
Finolex pipes. पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
Yeah, but it's not the biggest if. In fact, I think it's lower or smaller than average, right? That if.
Perhaps. I mean, Chennai are used to seeing high scores courtesy of strong batsmen like Anurag and Anil, but this time it was Surjit who had to do most of the heavy lifting. And while he scored 33 runs by himself, and while that's great, he isn't the strongest batsman in the team. So if he is the one who has to step up, that means there is a problem that needs to be fixed on the Chennai side. But let's see if they can fix it in the second innings.
Yeah, and the Kolkata Hawks already not too concerned about getting those boundaries in. Cookie cutter start for them as always. It's Sachin and Krunal, the two opening batsmen here for the Hawks. Time has proven that this combination is deadly. They're both eager, they're both keen to hit fours like those, to get those boundaries. That is cause for celebration because that is a showstopper four.
A rather slow ball at 91 kilometers an hour, and it doesn't even spin much, making it quite easy for Sachin to go for those kind of reverse sweeps. He attempts those scoops again, really targeting the third man on the fine leg side.
Yeah. And again, that is really good awareness of the field coming through, but mere awareness is not going to get you anywhere.
I mean, speaking of the field, there are two people behind the wicketkeeper as well. One on third man, one on fine leg, specifically to counter Sachin. And keep in mind that in the previous game against Sydney as well, They said that they will specifically counter this man.
Yeah, that's an ambitious throw from the wicket keeper. But yeah, just to continue my previous point, I mean, you also need to time the shot very, very well if you're on the batting end. If you want to make use of the fact that, hey, the fielders are leaving a gap, and it's a gap that I can exploit as a batsman. And well, somehow the Hawks continue to thread the needle. Their eyesight comes in handy as well. Again, they're going to end with a 4, and that marks the end of the first power play over.
बाज की नजर है इन हॉक्स की, और उन बाज की नजरों पे अगर आप लेंस कार्ट के चश्मे लगा दो तो और भी डेंजरस बन जाते हैं वो.
Yeah, I think you'll see God. Well,
in the cricketing world, there is only one God, Tendulkar. I want to see if this Sachin can rise up to that legendary status.
Well, he certainly has a lot to live up to. But you know what? He's been doing just that. The Hawks have been a very consistent team, and they continue to deliver here. As that's another 4. The Hawks just continue to batter that target and beat it down.
Bruise it as well.
No
so
loss.
No loss. So that those bruises will be visible in their next game as well.
Yeah.
It's called leaving a mark.
Yeah, and well, the mark is black and blue, much like their jersey.
Oh, yeah, that goes well. So.
Oh, but that is going to leave a mark too. That's a wicket, a much needed one at that, and the man that we were praising so well, looks like he let his eye off the ball for just a moment, and that was all Chennai needed. A beautiful lenskart out coming through. And that's going to be Sachin taken out of the picture here, while Sujit steps onto the field. And Ajay, just to fill you in, he is the leg spinner here. To the side of the Chennai Wolves. Oh, that shot. Beautifully timed. Impeccably, rather. Because that would have been straight to the middle stump had it not been for the batsman's awareness.
Exactly. Great awareness from Sujit. And Ajay might be a damn good spinner, but when the balls are full length and leave almost no trajectory to spin later on, connecting to the bat the moment they touch the ground, it becomes quite easy for Sujit to counter Ajay.
Well, Ajay has had a mixed bag so far. Did take a wicket, but has also given up 2 boundaries, and I believe he might continue to do so. No, he will not. In fact, the Chennai Wolves catch the Hawks napping, and that's going to be Sujit taken out of the picture as well. The second radical batsman out. As the Chennai, they certainly like taking risks, and those risks have paid off.
Ajay Devgan already had 2 wickets to his name before he entered this game, and now he's got 2 more. He's climbing up the leaderboard with this one.
Oh yeah. Ajay, I think he's eyeing Mirzaji's spot, but he's gonna need 1 more wicket to do him better in this match, and question is, can he? Well, that's certainly not the way to go if that's what you were aiming for, as that's another showstopper 4 coming through. Here from the side of the Kolkata Hawks, Krunal, right after that wicket, is unfazed, looks danger straight in the eye, and scoops it across the point.
Krunal really likes using that dill scoop again and again. It's one of his tendencies.
Ooh, and that's a good shot selection, but unfortunately there was a fielder present, otherwise that would have been even prettier. But that does mean that Krunal retained strike, if I'm not wrong, because they did run only 1 run. And now it's going to be Anil, the fast bowler here from the side of the Chennai Wolves. 33 needed off of 18. Again, a very achievable target here for the Hawks, but might have given a couple more wickets in that previous one than they would have liked.
Anil can be an incredible batsman, but his bowling stats have not been the most impressive. He needs to prove his mettle, needs to come alive for the team now. It will take individual heroics to carry the Chennai Wolves across the finish line, to lead them to victory.
And looks like An's choice is going to be the standard inside outfield, although does leave one fielder on the inside circle towards point to prevent those less powerful scoops from coming through.
He knows Krunal's tendencies. He knows how much he likes to go for those back shots.
Yeah.
Can he tempt Kunal into going for one of those again?
Well, maybe he can, but Krunal is going to have to keep his eyes on the prize.
And not get distracted.
Certainly not. And well, that is high up in the air. Caught by the fielder. That's going to be Krunal taken out of the picture. As we just said, he needs to keep his eyes on the prize, but I believe he might have zoomed in a bit too much. Missed the forest for the trees.
नजर हट गई, दुर्घटना घट गई. कृणाल के जो टेंडेंसीज थे वो अजय ने बहुत अच्छे से पनिश किए.
बिल्कुल, लेकिन कोलकाता हॉक्स हमने कहा था कि ये बहुत ही शानदार बैटिंग टीम है और देखते हैं कि वो अब ये निकाम पे आके वो जो टाइटल है उनका मेंटेन कर पाएंगे कि नहीं.
सौरभ, सत्येंद्र दोनों के दोनों बैलेंस बैट्समैन हैं. सौरभ उनके कैप्टन. अब तक उनका स्ट्राइक रेट सिर्फ 100 का रहा है, which isn't really enough to cover this target.
Oh yeah. लेकिन उसी के साथ आई थिंक जब तक कोलकाता हॉक्स कंसिस्टेंटली वो 2-2 रन बनाते रहे तब तक उनके लिए ये टारगेट कवर करना काफी आसान रहेगा. लेकिन उसी के साथ उनको थोड़ा सा संभल के रहना पड़ेगा क्योंकि उन लोग ने भी 3 विकेट दे चुके हैं चेन्नई वुल्व्स को.
Nice swing. I'm actually surprised that his decision to take the cover drive over there was actually successful.
Oh yeah. And now 14 balls remain. Yep. Again, this is Mumbaigrizzlies tactic. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Kolkata seem to adapt it quite well. Especially when they are making good use of Anil's swings and sometimes even reverse swings.
Yep.
Oh my God. That is such a difficult ball to play. It looked like he was going to go for a swing, but it turned into a hybrid of sorts, like somewhere between a leg spin and a swing. So, yeah, that was just like a dangerous ball overall.
Yeah. Reminds you of Shane Warne, but
yeah, dude. I mean, there's one thing that they got right. That Maggie sentiment and the wavy balls.
Oh yeah.
Definitely present.
Certainly. They did say that they are going to defeat them, so let's see if they can live up to that promise, because so far the run rate doesn't seem to agree, but perhaps the bowlers have something to say about that.
That was a really fast shot ball. I have to commend Saurabh's timing over here. It wasn't perfect, लेकिन जिस तरह से उन्होंने connection दिखाया, he just used the ball's own momentum to toss it over towards square leg. लेकिन फिर भी एक ही रन मिला.
Yeah, and I believe they cancelled that run, and there was some visible confusion on Satyendra's face as he was like, why did you cancel that? But nonetheless, that decision has been taken, and a misfield coming through from the Chennai Wolves will give the Kolkata Hawks 3.
Still not the end of the world.
Certainly not, but these are the kind of mistakes that you should try and avoid because you've played so well up until this point. Just keep your head in the game, then you can capitalize. You can come back from an impossible situation, and while the previous innings was not that, it was certainly shaping up to be that.
More short balls. Saurabh forced to play on the back foot yet again.
Yep. And also just balanced batsmen taking advantage of the slower pacers here. Just not trying to smash the ball out of the boundary, but instead hitting the ball in places where the fielders really have to chase after it. To send it back to the keeper or the bowler, and in that space they find the 2s and the 3s.
And that's what they need right now. 2s and 3s.
Pennies and dimes.
17 more runs required off of 9 balls. Oh, and that's a full toss. Hit very strongly. But the dive prevents the boundary. Still, they should have enough run to go for a minimum of 2, maybe even 3.
Yep, they did find 3 off of that one, and finally the Kolkata Hawks seem to be stabilizing, but another game that's going to be down to the wire.
Down to the wire only if they keep on getting doubles and singles. 1 boundary and Kolkata Hawks will be well in the clear.
Certainly. You need nerves of steel if you're going to play this type of a game. Extremely calm, composed.
Poised as well under pressure.
Much like the revered Captain Cool himself. But that's not a mantle that everyone can live up to. And with that, Kolkata Hawks will be ambitious, in fact, going for the second run. They're going to be safe. So, that was the second last over. A couple of blunders in the early overs means that Satyendra and Saurabh have no choice but to play like this, even though they would like to hit those boundaries. Again, circle back to nerves of steel.
Nerves of steel, eyes of an hawk.
Yeah.
Patience of Captain Cool.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Okay, now you're quoting just Muhammad Ali.
And bat can't hit what the eyes can't see.
Oh, okay. A lot of boxing references.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of boxing, look who's entering the box now. It's the man himself.
I would not want to be stuck in a boxing ring with him.
Definitely not. Anurag can be quite the intimidating bowler.
Oh. There was a bit too much grace in that shot. Perhaps a lot more grace than they would have liked.
It had the grace of an elegant figure skater.
Yeah.
But you don't want to slip on the ice like skaters do.
Certainly not. I mean, that elegant skater seemed like they were 50 years old and in need of a knee surgery.
Oh my god.
Because that was the slowest lift I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, keep chipping away at it like this. You're still in the clear. You did have room for 1 goof up. And you have seemed to use that lifeline.
Yeah, exactly. There's no more goof ups available now for the side of Kolkata Hawks. If there's another dot ball that Anurag delivers, the only way Kolkata Hawks can make up for it is by scoring a boundary. Every ball needs to be at least a double if the Kolkata Hawks want to retain their wickets, play in a risk-free way and still win the game.
And to add on to the fact, Anurag best not bowl some wides here, because that is going to be a wide. So pressure starting to get to him, and the Hawks, calm as ever, will let the enemy team make the blunders instead of trying to go for the spectacle in themselves.
Oh my god, did you see that?
That is a nasty shot. Some really, really cunning tactics being employed here by the Hawks.
Yeah, but I have to give credit to Chennai as well. Usually, Anurag is a super fast bowler. All of his deliveries averaging above the 120 mark. But this time he did not just throw with speed, but it also had an off spin to it. That could have bamboozled Saurabh very easily.
Oh yeah. Although there's still 3 balls remaining in this over. And you can see Anurag taking his sweet time to adjust the field, and I don't blame him at all. There's the run up. And there's a shot. Well, the Kolkata Hawks will get 2 on the back of that. Slowly chipping away at their target.
That's a strong cover drive to build themselves some space. Get the time needed to get that double in. 2 more balls remaining. 2 runs away from certain victory. Kolkata Hawks can smell that sense of euphoria in the air. But will Anurag deny them? Will the one-eyed king reign supreme? This could be the penultimate game of the over, or the final one if Kolkata Hawks play their cards right. They go for the double, and now the scores are tied.
They will at least get 1 point each, but Chennai Wolves can limit the damage. The question is, can they do that?
These are the kind of balls where you buckle under pressure. We've seen Chennai Wolves fumble the bag in similar ways before. They cannot afford another loss. They've only been the victors of 1 single game in this entire tournament so far. So if they lose, this will be their 4th loss. Not something that they can afford. The ball goes for a cover drive. The run is secured. And Kolkata Hawks will soar high.
Way above the Wolves. And that's going to be the game as the Kolkata Hawks win both their matches today.
That's a good day for the Hawks.
Just like Ice Cube said.
Well, they were certainly as cool as ice. So they can definitely rejoice today. Kolkata Hawks currently stand with 3 wins and 2 losses. I would say that's a decent enough comeback today. They accumulated 2 losses in a single day, keeping it competitive. And with that, we will be heading through a short break. We have more cricket action coming up next.
All new Pulsar Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
अब आगे कुछ भी हो सकता है।
जो खुद की सुनते हैं दुनिया उनकी सुनती है lenskart आकड़ है
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा
finolex pipes पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी पाइप नहीं
And the Hawks keep flying higher. दिन का second match और दिन की second victory. Kolkata Hawks right now are the table toppers and Mirdha ji, आइए, please come on stage. A big round of applause for the team. कल आपने मैगी खिलाया और आज हार चका दिया. क्या कहना चाहते हो?
First of all, I will say thank you for the 2 points, and then hoping that 2 more will be coming from your side only.
Alright. Tell me, आपके टीम के परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में. कैप्टन आप भी आइए. सौरभ.
I really wanted to say that captain performed really good.
Yep.
He, in this intense situation, he have his calmness and played really well inning.
Definitely. Captain cool. सौरभ बताइए आपका टीम का परफॉर्मेंस कैसा था?
मेरी टीम का परफॉर्मेंस बहुत जोरदार चल रहा है इस टूर्नामेंट में.
बिल्कुल.
और काफ़ी अच्छा मैच हुआ है. बहुत क्लोज मैच था वैसे. और फिर भी हमने विन किया. सामने वाली टीम भी बहुत अच्छा खेली.
लास्ट बॉल तक देयर वाज अ सस्पेंस कि यार शायद ये चेन्नई लेके जाने वाला है. वर यू अंडर प्रेशर एट सम पॉइंट?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं था. मैं जब तक क्रीज पे था मुझे लग रहा था कि मैं आसानी से जीत जाऊंगा मैच. हाँ, क्योंकि मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया लोफ्ट का.
बिल्कुल.
मैंने ओनली स्टॉक खेला, इसलिए इजी विन था.
मैन ऑफ द मैच परफॉर्मेंस किसका होगा टीम में? आप क्या कहोगे?
मिर्धा जी.
ही इज द हाईएस्ट
विकेट टेकर.
बिल्कुल. So guys, congratulations to the Kolkata Hawks. Once again, they are at the top of the table with Mirdha being the highest wicket taker. Guys, we are only at match number 3 of the day. Though all dhamakedar matches are coming your way. But before that, off to my expert analyst.
Well, a win against London, then against Sydney, and now against the Chennai Wolves. Say Kolkata to the top of the table, Chetan. We did expect that coming, did we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2 games in the day. They are only the second team in the competition to win both matches on a given day. पहले दिन ही न्यूयॉर्क एप्स ने ये करके दिखाया था. दोनों मैच जीते थे, लेकिन वो पहला दिन था. Now it's about consistency. It's about making sure you are dominating this tournament. तो मुंबई ग्रिजलीज को धकेलने वाली पहली टीम बनी है कोलकाता, and now they are top of the table with 8 points.
Game on for them because Mumbai and Kolkata are batting it neck to neck out here. We'll have a look at, of course, the Kolkata batting scorecard because, well, you talk about them chasing. They are pretty comfortable chasing, isn't it? Again, you talk about they got a decent start. They didn't lose a wicket earlier on like we did see in that last game. That helped them.
Yeah, and you know what? Every team wants to chase now. ये एक पैटर्न बनता जा रहा है. अभी तक केवल एक टीम ने पहले बैटिंग की है, टॉस जीतकर. Rest everybody wants to chase. Kolkata again, chasing. They had things in the bag from the very beginning. Ajay, dented their batting lineup. 2 विकेट निकाले उन्होंने दूसरे ओवर में, लेकिन ज्यादा कुछ कर नहीं पाए. They were not chasing a very high total. Sub 60 हमने देखा है कि it's easily chaseable. जब आप 60 के पार चले जाते हैं, that is where the problem arises. लेकिन यहाँ पे चेन्नई की थोड़ी सी तारीफ करनी पड़ेगी. They bowled well. They bowled better than the last 3 matches. But again, could not avoid a 4th consecutive loss.
Well, now, of course, we're talking about the Chennai batting. They lost 3 wickets back to back, well within the 2 overs. That really hurted and dented the chances. I mean, we were talking about getting a decent target, but the start was bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, Mirdhaji is the name that comes to mind. 7-0 in his first over itself. पहली ही 15 ball पे they were 19 for 3. Half the side gone. So from there to recover and post 56, that was great. Surjit playing a great role. 33 of 14. Lekin they needed 65 plus with the kind of bowling that they had. They tried hard, but this was not good enough. Mirdaji doing the damage early on, and he will climb the wickets tally today.
Well, it's a good bowling display from Kolkata, certainly first taking that 3 wickets and will try to completely destabilize the Chennai batting, beg your pardon. And eventually you saw Chennai getting a little stable later on. But again, kudos to the Kolkata Hawks bowling as well.
Absolutely. 2 wickets for Mirdhaji, my choice for the man of the match. But overall, apart from Sujit's over where he was attacked by Chennai batsmen, all-round bowling performance. They are slowly building up to be the second best bowling attack in this tournament. And then, of course, you look at what Chennai did with the ball. Much improved performance. They took 3 wickets. Ajay with those 2 wickets. They dented Kolkata, but it was not good enough on the day. So yeah, in that particular sense, Chennai trying their best, improved performance with both bat and ball, but not good enough on the day.
And not good enough for the day because Chennai were really wanting that victory. Remember, they're languishing now at the bottom half of that table. And you look at that for the stat from an entire match summary perspective. Surjit has been phenomenal. We'll have to give credits to Anil as well, taking that wicket as well, and then eventually going down to make 13 runs. An all-round performance needed. Perhaps 15 more runs in there, Kitty, could have helped them?
Absolutely. If they would have crossed 65, not even 15, just crossed 65, this could have been challenging. This went down to the wire. This came down to the last ball. They needed 10 of 6 balls, 5 of 3 balls. But in the end, 10 of last 6 balls, it's not really defendable on, real cricket platform or in the GEPL. So yeah, kudos to Kolkata. 2 out of 2 on the day. They are now ahead on points of the Mumbai Grizzlies.
Well, now, of course, there could be a lot of contenders for the man of the match, but Saurabh, it is, in fact, who will get it for a crucial 16 runs. Batting, I mean, of course, that could be debatable, but I think the timing of that run was very important, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he got those crucial runs, good strike rate as well, but I want to see a bowling man of the match. And for me, Mirdhaji taking those 2 wickets, denting Chennai early on, 19 for 3 in 15 deliveries. Mirdhaji's 2 wickets. For me, that did the trick. He should have been my pick. Look, he was my pick for the man of the match. But yeah, decent run from Saurabh as well. Contributed to the win. Deserved.
Well, we'll have another performers as well who could come down eventually to win that man of the match. Everybody have their own set of choices, Chetan. I think we do like to look at some of the finest performances, and talking about performances, the best partnerships which really worked out for the Kolkata side. Well, you talk about the batting. They were put under pressure by Chennai for sure. But then you had Saurabh and Satyendra who kind of went forward to create that 31 runs, which really helped them, isn't it?
Yeah, they were in a bit of trouble. They were in a bit of trouble, 20 odd for 3. Chennai were on the money with their bowling in the first 3 overs. Krunal played very, very differently. आज उन्होंने anchor का role निभाया. देखा उन्होंने कि दूसरे छोर पे wicket गिर गए हैं. Sachin, another failure for him, 10 of 7. A lot of balls he's played, but only 10 runs. That was disappointing. But I was sitting with a few other teams over there, and they said, "ये सत्येंद्र है ना, ये match जरूर जिताएगा." And look at him. He has scored 15 of 7 and 31 of 17 with Saurabh. Crucial runs for Saurabh there, 16 of 9. He's the man of the match. That was the winning partnership for Kolkata.
Well, playing a captain's knock there, Saurabh, for him, and probably that is why it could be well deserved as the man of the match from my end. But then you talk about the other end. Chennai. Well, we are speaking about Chennai's bowling being instrumental, but then you talk about, how they went with their partnerships as well in their batting. Isn't that too much of pressure on that ending? Because you see Anil and Surji, they've seen that in the last couple of games as well, that the top are not really firing and it turns down the pressure towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, Anurag has been scoring runs, but they haven't been coming from Manoj and Simha. They've tried to change things around today. Did not work. And probably they were too focused on improving their bowling. आज उन्हें bowling improve करनी थी. उन्होंने bowling improve की भी, लेकिन वो 15 extra run नहीं आए. And here we have to credit Kolkata. They bowled to a plan. They made sure that they bowled first, got those early wickets. Those 3 wickets, that really absolutely destroyed Chennai's game.
Kolkata have shown an all-round performance, but that starts with the batting. And we have a look at how they've been batting. In fact, from that batting pitch map that we have, I think, Chetan, the sixes were there, but most importantly, there were a lot of runs which they were taking singles, doubles, trying to, rotate, strike, and make it tough for the bowlers.
Yeah, not about 6s and 4s today. I mean, they just knocked those runs around, took those 2s and 3s. If you see the blue dots also, they've been maneuvering. And you know what? Look at that. I mean, teams haven't been bowling too much on their leg stump and the middle stump. They have utilized, whether it's straight shots or reverse shots, they have utilized that margin outside the off stump, and they have utilized it really well. So good batting from Kolkata Hawks. This is a cumulative pitch map, batting pitch map against fast bowling from all matches. Overs number 3, 4, 5, and they seem to have done well.
Well, absolutely, because, we spoke about an all-round performance before. It also has to do with the bowling department, which has, done pretty well. You talk about containing the batters for a decent total. You have to give the credits to the bowlers for Kolkata.
Yeah, I mean, look at those dots and those wicket deliveries, white and red again. जो उनके बल्लेबाजों के साथ bowling नहीं कर रहा है, वैसी bowling उन्होंने की है अपने opponents के against, choking them on the leg side, and this is what has paid dividends. Kolkata has been bowling to a plan. For me, they are the second best bowling attack in the tournament after Mumbai. And it is showing why they have climbed the table to 8 points and even above Mumbai.
Well, Kolkata have most of the times when they win the toss, they've chosen to bowl, immediately trying to restrict the total for the side batting first. We'll have a look at where they've scored runs when it comes down to their batting. And now it's pretty much a set kind of a pattern for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a pattern which is emerging throughout the tournament. Teams are not using long off and long on. These are risk-filled shots for 3rd, 4th, 5th over. Very, very different from real life cricket. अगर हम उससे difference की बात करें, ये mobile platform है, real cricket platform है. इसमें long off, long on, very, very ridden with danger. That's why square leg, point, cover, mid-wicket, that's where they're using those field placements. And against spin, it's primarily on the leg side. ज़्यादा off पे नहीं खेल रहे हैं. Primarily, their runs, more than 60% of their runs are coming on the leg side. Maybe something to watch out for the teams that play Kolkata next.
Well, the teams that are going to play Kolkata next will also have to be careful about the fact that the entire team is firing, which is more important when you're playing a team like Kolkata. It becomes important from a point that all your guns are firing, and from the other side of the end, you have to be inch stronger than them, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? I want to talk about Chennai a little bit because 4 लगातार match आप हार चुके हैं. They are lower down the table. This tournament will really go away very quickly. हम अपने viewers को बता दें, you're playing 14 matches. in this double round robin league stage. But now 5 matches gone, just 9 games left. You know, this tournament is going to go away really, really quickly. They were number 2 at the end of day 1, and now they are languishing at the bottom.
Well, they have to really come up with something creative while they go out there with all the ability that they have. We had a couple of 4s and 6s in that total, which was chased down. Let's go to the 4s and 6s, brought to you by Pulsar and S125 Showstopper. Fours and 6s did come by, but there were also fall of wickets which happened, especially talking about the early overs when Kolkata were bowling and also when Chennai came down. But again, it's more of an inspired performance from Kolkata which led them to the victory. We'll have a look at the wickets, brought to you by lenskart. Well, if you come from the city of joy or if you are a Kolkata Hawk fan, this is the time for you to cherish because they go on top of that table, Chetan. I'm pretty sure the view looks amazing, but the question is, how long can they survive on that top? We'll have a look at the points table, of course, and how things are going to change with every game that we go on. But remember, we have another game coming up, and again, this is how it looks like for now. Mumbaigrizzlies and Kolkata Hawks now with a clear straight fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on day 1, Kolkata were nowhere. They were languishing in the lower half. You had Chennai and you had New York up there. But देखिए कैसे पासा एकदम से पलटा है. Chennai now nowhere there. 5 matches, 4 straight losses. And you know what? London Rhinos, they still have a match coming up and they could still go over Chennai if they win that game or they improve their run rate. But we have to talk about Kolkata, of course. 8 points. There is no way anybody can overtake them today. Dubai have played their 1 game. Mumbai have played their 1 game. No other team can overtake them. Day 4 belongs to Kolkata Hawks. 2 out of 2 games, 2 out of 2 wins. They will finish day 4 at the top of the table.
Well, the top of the table, but then there's also a survival going on for the London Rhinos there, who play Delhi next up. London, they really want those points because they've really been struggling right from the start. Because now this is what they really want, is because 4 games played, just 2 points. I mean, it's a. What do you want to put it across? Is London really struggling bad out there?
Yeah, I mean, they started decently well, won 1 game out of their first 2, but then 2 consecutive losses. And now they are languishing at the bottom of the table. Delhi Sharks, you know what? They had an up and down day on day 3. That was yesterday. They had 2 games yesterday. They won 1. They lost the other 1. Very close margins. But you know what? Today is another opportunity, both for Delhi and London Sharks. You're absolutely right. It's about survival. London would not want the things to go down just like Chennai have.
Well, we'll have to wait and watch that for that 5th game where London are coming back against Delhi Sharks. Remember, they have a strong side. And in fact, when they go forward to this game, they'll be having that upper hand. But it's all about when the game is played. We're heading in for a short little break on the other side.
Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
आगे कुछ भी हो सकता है।
रोटी शर्ट पहन के आया साइकिल लोन लगा के फोन बता दे सबको बच के
All flights to remain grounded.
जो खुद की सुनते हैं दुनिया उनकी सुनती है। lenskart आकड़ है।
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
finolex पाइप्स पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।